supposed to know that something wasn't right here. Oh, baby, baby, I shouldn't have let you go. And now you're right upside, yeah. Show me how you want it to be. Tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now. Because my loneliness is killing me. And I must confess, I still believe when I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. Oh, baby, baby, the reason I breathe is you. Boy, you got me blinded. Oh, pretty baby, there's nothing that I wouldn't do. It's not the way I planned it. Show me how you want it to be. Tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now. Because my loneliness is killing me. And I must confess, I still believe when I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. Oh, baby, baby, how was I supposed to know? Oh, pretty baby, I shouldn't have let you go. I must confess that my loneliness is killing me now. Don't you know I still believe that you will be here and give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. My loneliness is killing me. And I must confess, I still believe when I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign.
Yes! How we doing, guys? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Signal seems to be a bit intermittent here, but I'm hoping get that out of the studio. That might improve things. Yes, Katie, how are we doing? Hello and welcome along, everybody. It's a bit of a cheeky one, this. I'm officially wagging it from work. I decided to be a rebel, didn't I? Fuck it. What can they do to me? What they're not already doing to the planet. One day off work. What you gonna do to me? My painting's shit up. So what you gonna do to me? The only bad thing is, though, I've been betrayed in this household, right? One of my female companions that I live with, whether it be one of my daughters or the female cat, has betrayed my ass. My wife got up this morning for work and I got up with her. From the looks of that, the plan from my wife's perspective is she's going to leave for work and I will closely follow. That didn't happen. When she left, I decided to get back in bed. Like you do. Fuck it. What can they do to me? Yeah? What Boris and all the other knobheads are doing to us. Shortly after that, loving it, thinking little cheeky one, the wife don't need to know, you know what I mean? I can get home before she gets home and I'll go, everything's sweet as far as I'm concerned. I've been grafting all day. My youngest is running about getting ready for school. The eldest is running about getting ready. This is all after the wife had left. And I thought when I was in bed, which one of these two are going to dob me in? Because the wife currently don't know. One of them will. I don't want to be in a position where I'm saying to the kids, don't tell the wife I'm taking a day off. You know what I'm saying? That is really emotionally blackmailing my kids. And I don't want to do that. Leave it to free will. Let's see if the little grasses, or let's see if they're loyal to the father. And we know what happened, don't we? Right? Because 15 minutes before this stream, the phone rang. It was the wife. Has my parcel come? She's saying that with an element of certainty, knowing that I'm in the house, not at work. So as soon as she said that, I knew the game was rumbled. I didn't say nothing. I pleaded the fifth. And I just cracked on. Yeah, your parcel is here. She then said, at what point did you decide to go back to bed? That's when I knew the game was up. Your blag's out there. Never mind Boris. Never mind your job. Your wife has rumbled your ass. So that was me. Blag caught. And then I'm feeling an element of having to backtrack. An element of having to justify why I'm sat here. And it didn't feel good. I felt quite inferior, let me tell you. So I thought, fuck it. Might as well tell you, Anna. So now I need to work out who's the treacherous individual in this house. Is it my youngest daughter? Is it my eldest daughter? Or is it that bleeding cat? It's not nice. I don't want to bring the gender thing into it, but it's clearly sisters are doing it for themselves, aren't they? Yeah? Fucking dob me right in. I'm going to have to do something to get some brownie points back now. Why should I? But I'm going to have to, aren't I? Sorry, Tail, and it actually happened. But hi all. I know, Sneaker. I know, sorry, Great Brit. I've not even been looking at the comments. Hello, guys. Yes. Hello, Great Brit. Thanks for jumping on. If they grass you, mate. There's gonna be some punishments instilled because of this, right? Saddam Hussein didn't take this shit, did he? He ruled his country with an iron fist. I've been sold up the river big time. By my own blood, my own DNA. Unless it was the cat, which I highly fucking doubt. So yeah, something to go on in. I'm getting to the bottom of this. I want to find out who the mole is. I want to find out. And pocket money will be affected. Birthday presents will definitely be affected. And you can forget about Christmas. Forget it. Not on, is it? It's the cat, Phil. You know, look, let me turn the camera around. There's the cat. Yeah? Does that look like the guilty party to you? Could be. Could be. Could be. After this stream, I'm going to interrogate his furry little arse because I need to know. Yeah? I now feel I can't make moves in my own house because I've got a grass, an insider, an informant. Are they being paid? Is my wife got the kids on the payroll? These are all questions I've got to ask now. I've been rumbled. It's going to cost me big time. Too much infighting in the Western world. My housemate, never mind the Western world, the infighting has just got real in this house. When a man can't take a day off without being grassed up and then having to back engineer and justify, I'm 50 fucking one in a couple of weeks. Seriously, I felt like a 14-year-old kid when my wife said to me, at what point did you decide to go back to bed? Fucking hell. I felt like I was being called. Phil, front of the bloody classroom. Yes, Kai, peace. Peace and blessings. Much love through the comment section. Oh, just jumped up. Cats don't feel guilt, they have no conscience. Well, it could be her, isn't it? That's why she's there. With a Horlicks moment, sleeping, chilling the fuck out, not caring that she just sold me up the river and the consequences. So maybe it is the cat. I'm going to find out. Collective punishment. That's quite a... You know what? If I do that, then I've guaranteed I've got the right person, haven't I? But then that collective punishment's going to work back on me. Because then I'm going to have 4 female individuals that are going to be scorned and they're going to fuck me over big time in this house. So I've got to be careful how I step here. Can't be coming out all peacocking, swinging it about because we know that ain't going to work. I'll get owned. It'll happen. I've got to be very sophisticated in the way I approach this. I've got to be very cunning because I'm going to find out. There you go, Linda. It's not nice, is it? Betrayal within your own household. You get on with it. You do what you can. But I won't forget that. And shouldn't forget it either. Can't just roll on, pretend nothing's happened. Big shit, that. I've been grassed. So, if I've been grassed on that, what else? What else? I mean, kids on a payroll, do they give hourly bulletins as to my whereabouts, what I'm doing, what I said? Have I got to be careful what I say in here now? Well, you're probably right, sir. And the bonus is, I've got an empty house for a few hours, apart from that furry little collaborator over there. Yeah, I don't know yet. Don't know whether to trust it or not. That thing could be bugged, for all I know. That could be sending fucking Wi-Fi messages to the wife as we speak. I might get another phone call now and go, at what point did you decide to stream, Phil? You know what I mean? I'm an elephant, Linda. I'm an elephant. I'm an elephant. That's all I'm saying. That's how it feels, mate. I'm being ostracized, victimized. In gender terms, my feelings as a male have been castrated. No longer matter. That's how it feels. So all you women, hope you're satisfied. There's men up and down this country that are in the same position as me. They're getting fucked over by the women in their life. They still got to pay for it. And hi to all the women in the chat. I love you all. Even the ones that are going to grass me up. Yes, Top Cat. Good to see you all. Hope you've all had a good weekend. Yeah, I didn't want to start this pessimistically. No, I'm having a great start to the week. It's just got a little bit of a dark cloud, but there's a silver lining. And I hope you've had a great one. Seriously hope. There you go, brother. There you go. And these are with loved ones, innit? This is not paradigmal shizzle. This ain't racial. This is your loved ones. You work hard. You do everything you can to make sure they've got a nice life. They never have to go through the woes that you did. You want to make sure that they navigate that. You don't want anything to happen to them. Look at this. Look at it. Not nice being sold out, guys. So this stream wasn't even about this. It's about critical race theory and how it's ruining. But you know what? There's no critical race theory in here. It's not about race. It's because I've got a meat and two veg. It's what it is. It's a vegetable thing, innit? I've got too many vegetables. And because of that, I'm getting done over. Anyone who's got gross vegetables, you'd think that that is a very, very accomplished position to be in life, innit? It's not negative having too many vegetables. I want vegetables. Yes, Angel A. From Texas. Yes. Hello from Texas. Hope we're doing all right. I'm sorry. Last thing you need to hear is man rambling on about vegetables. Hope you're doing all right. Critical gender theory. Probably more like it, innit? It's radical, innit, Great Brit? Radical. I don't want to fight against it because I love the women in my life. I don't want to turn into an activist in my own house. But I do feel at times I engage in conversations and it's sisters doing it for themselves. I'm on my own. And I'm not on my own because you guys all know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So it feels matter. Should be registered, shouldn't it? Should I make a complaint? Who do I make a complaint to? I'm being done over in terms of my gender by one of my daughters. Did he just tell me to man up? Or is this a deeper psychological problem that we need to work out? Fuck the infighting outside. Sir, I've not checked my emails in a few days, so I will need to have a look at that, and I will do. Thank you for sending whatever it is you sent, and it was great to meet you. It was great to be down there in London. Man, that was a great event. That was awesome. The only bummer is that I was under a strike at the time. So by the time I got the footage out, it's kind of old news. And I put a lot of work into it and it was kind of a bit of a bitch. But it was a great day. Great day in the sun. Bloody hell, the turnout was immense. So much more controlled and professionally done than the last one. And it was happy vibes all the way through. It was a real joy to be there. Physically, as ever, it took it right out of me for days. Muscles and just walking like, I've done a real mad workout. And then the work started breaking everything down. Considering I was under a strike condition at that time, I've never been so busy in terms of material. I was doing stuff with Simon. and other elements of online abuse. And there was about probably 8 or 9 videos that I'd done in that 2-week period. So it got to that, and I thought, you know what? Don't post nothing for a few days. Just have a break, chill out, do something different. So made a few beats. That was one of them that I started the show with, and just chilled out. And I thought I'd chill out today until I got grassed up. You know what I mean? Fathers for justice. Justice has to be served here. It certainly does. My wallet is not going to be so freely fucking opening now after this. I tell you now, that's getting clamped. Clamped. All of a sudden, this house is going through severe austerity. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. You know what I mean? If it's the only way a man can come on top in a female-orientated household, sorry guys, nothing personal. You know what I mean? I'm fucking here, yo. London demos got hijacked over the weekend. I've not watched any footage. And when you say hijacked, by whom? What had happened? Was it in Hyde Park? Because I know once I'd gone the other week, 24th, Hyde Park, crap was hitting the fan a little bit, but I wasn't there. I was on my way home, I thought, because the last time I was in London, which was a few weeks before that, I stayed. I sat in Hyde Park and it was just got all crazy. And I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy what went on. There's an element on both sides. And I didn't want to be around for the next one because it always gets funky when it gets dark and it gets late. And particularly, it wouldn't have surprised me on the 24th because people were sat chilling, having beers and just relaxing, and there was no vibes. But police come in, mob-handed, and start just being silly and just treating people like that. It's a bad cocktail for things to happen. So yeah, I'm glad I went about for that, really. Linda, right then. I feel your pain, Linda. I feel your pain. You're getting the opposite side, and it can't be nice. You're the only female full of, not going to say it, but in Miles Platin, full of sweaty-arsed men. Now, I'm not going to suggest that your family have an over-perspiring bottom. I'm not going to suggest that. In Miles Platin, if they lived there, they would. But I can understand your pain. You probably feel that your women's views are not getting aired, and they're quickly getting shut down because it's a highly male-orientated household that you live in. There'll be no doubt lots of flatulence and lots of other nasty things that men do that you've got to witness, you've got to sit around. So I can understand it from your side. Your side. All I can say to that is, be strong, Linda. Be strong like me, right? We can do this. Remember, you're the thinking one. The thinking one always wins. So when they play little stunts like this, you've got the trump card, haven't you? Because you can do things that they won't know about that they might feel 2-3 weeks later. So fair play to you, Linda. It's a bold statement, that, Great Brit. It's a bold statement. They don't grass. They just take the piss. And unwittingly, men don't grass. But men sometimes don't think on how they project themselves. So man can give out his secrets without even revealing that he's done it, without even knowing that he's done it. The woman is much more sophisticated on reading signals and listening to words and semantics and body language. So a man can say something and a woman knows that man is guilty of something without the man even realising that he's given it away that he's guilty of something. So to say that they don't grasp, they might not grasp, but by their very words and the way they put it out sometimes, they fuck themselves over anyway. We do it all the time. You've got to be very careful when you're addressing women because they're smart fuckers and they read into everything that you say. Great Brit. So if you're not on it, mate, you're grassing without even knowing you're grassing. Yes. Jewel. And that's come from Great Brit. The man himself. Hey up. Hey up. Someone's just popped in to the arena. What if I go on if?
Can I
I
stop the stream for a second, Phil?
Go for it.
Because we've got the website hooked up, and I want to see if we can live stream it actually to the website, and you'd be the first live stream up on it if we can.
Go for it.
Right, I'm putting myself back in your background then.
No problemo. Good to see you anyway.
You too, Phil. See you soon.
See you in a bit. Sweet. How cool's that? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Streaming through to a website. Let's get it on. Bang, 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 bang. Yes, bro. Yes, bro. Doing two things at once, hard to make it three things. That's almost impossible. You know what I mean? And what's that saying? Master of all trades, or jack of all trades, master of none. I can barely do one task and do that perfectly. So if I'm trying to juggle, that one ball's going to come down and hit me on the head. Don't juggle too many balls. Hey up. We're having trouble streaming to your destination. Oh, you know why? You know why? Because we've got the maximum, I think. It said to me before, Cater. Don't know whether you can hear me, Cater. We've got
telling me off, Phil. I'm working. I'm on it. I'm on it.
All right.
I won't be a minute. I'm just trying to figure out how to start it. I should have it back up though.
Sweet as a nut. All right then. See, this is the hard work that Katie does in the background. She's great. Yes, Rob. How we doing there, son? Doing all right. We've all had a good weekend. Chilled. This story, what I'm going to talk about, really, it's a bit mad. You know, when there's so much polarization being thrown out now, propaganda, people virtue signaling. All I'm thinking of is one thing, and I was talking about this with the wife last night before she found out that I was wagging it today. I live my life just as an individual, not as an individual of race. I know I've got mixed ethnicities. It's fucking obvious. But I'm a human being. And that is it. I know my skin's darker than some people, but that is a skin colour. As far as I'm concerned, it may as well be a coat. For God's sake. It's an outer skin colour. It doesn't matter. The toxification and the weaponizing of individuals and ideologies and history and where you should play your part in it right now and who you should feel to be blamed for. And I'm thinking, when are people just going to be humans? When are you just going to go to work? Not worry about your skin tone. Not worry about psychologically what your skin tone, whether what fucking colour it is, what it's gone through over the eons or what it may have done over the eons. For you then to be a weaponized target or retaliation for it, to be apologetic for it? When are you just going to go to work and have a good time, connect, engage with individuals? Not look at an individual because of their coat that they've got on. For them, because if you do that, the ideologies, the toxification, the weaponization all comes into play. Does it not? If you think it? Put it this way. I'll be honest with you. What we're talking. Probably about 30 years ago, I was an angry young mixed race individual that was rolling about in a predominantly white area. And I felt like I had not an attitude, but it was an inward attitude. It weaponized me because I bought into the fact that I'm mixed race. I'm sick of being treated like I'm inferior. I'm sick of being looked at. And when I bought into that, there was a Newtonian physics thing going on. So if you've got a group of yous that feel like that, you're going to go out, big up your chest a little bit. So we'd walk out with our own sense of black identity. Wouldn't bully people, but we wouldn't take no shit. And that meant, this is silly, staring people out. Because the thought process at that time was, you know what, I'm sick of people gawping at me. I'm going to gawp at you. And when I gawp at you, I'm going to make sure you look down before I do. And when I think about that, at the time, it felt very empowering. Now, I think it is the most stupid and redundant attitude to have when you walk outside of your house. It doesn't make any sense. It's demeaning any individual you may encounter on the basis of their race. So in essence, you're going out charged up with a nasty connotation towards someone who doesn't look like you, regardless of what they may or may not have done. They could be the most sweetest individual, but because you've weaponized your ideology in such a way, you still see them as an enemy. And I'll be honest with you, right? It's a horrible place to be at. It is a very horrible, unproductive way of living. Your interactions with people are not going to be the same. Now, if I was to ask myself what changed that for me, I don't know. I don't know. That has been gone for years. Years and years and years. And I was never a black power, black supremacist. At this time, I had white and black friends still. But it was an element of militancy. Now, what I'm saying is, with that story, now, no matter what people think of me, what they see when they look at me, whether I know them, whether they look on the YouTube, whatever. When I go outside my house, I do not have any negative thoughts towards another individual. I try not to. I try not certainly to look at an individual because of the colour of their skin and then pit them against the colour of my skin. That is a dangerous and detrimental thing to do, for the reason being that the moment that you've done that, you are at odds with that individual. So if you weaponize yourself enough in that frame of mind, you will find that your everyday interactions are not going to be there. So for me to engage with anyone, I can't hold them feelings. I soon realized that racism was a false construct that you build up yourself. to say racism is not there is the most ridiculous thing because it's on an individual basis. I can't tell someone that they must feel that racism is a false construct because they might feel racism is very fucking real. But in reality, it's not. And we know that. It's for them to learn that. But unfortunately, the consequences of that journey means that some people will see it and some people will never see it on both sides. But at the same time, when you look at this critical race theory that's supposed to be derived in order to create an equilibrium, it's having the opposite effect. Like I was saying with the way I felt 30 years ago, I'd go out pretty weaponized thinking, man, I ain't getting done over. Not physically, I ain't getting people making me feel I should look down, look away. With the critical race theory going on right now, it's going to bring acrimonious relationships where they didn't need to be there. People are then going to go out and engage. They won't, when they're looking at each other, they're going to think white, black, black, white, pitting against one another. And that will be as a direct consequence of this liberalized wave of guilting anyone of a non-black skin. And it's horrible. Horrible. Let me just pop to the comments because I've just ranted there for a bit. It is. Put it this way now. There's no way, if I was to come on here charged in the mind that all my woes in life are through white people, I wouldn't be able to get through a conversation without digging one of yous out over something. And that's going to create animosity with you because you're going to think, man, you cheeky fucker. And I shouldn't do that to you because I don't even know you. So what right have I got to proclaim that your very existence is out of the oppression of my ancestors or whatever? Or particularly now with the critical race theory, to teach your kids to basically be walking on eggshells. And it's horrible. I mean, I work on a predominantly white building site. It's only me and maybe one other guy that comes on periodically who's black. Not asked. Like I say, in the beginning, I had an element when I first got qualified 20, 30 years ago. I would be, fish out of water. And that was me just as much as what I may have felt was coming in. So if I'm going on feeling that there's something there, there'll be something there. If we interact as two individuals and I've got a problem with you, you're going to see it. You're going to hear it. Even if I don't want to talk about it, my very body language, my very words are going to tell you that there's something not quite right with this guy. And most people can read people like that. So if you drop all that and literally, I now go on site, then I don't give a fuck. The crazy thing is, and I feel this, it doesn't predominantly happen on the site I'm on now because I've been on this site for quite a while and we all know each other, you know what I mean? But if I just happen to go on another site for the day, chances are it's going to be predominantly white. Nice. When I get on there, I won't be bothered. I'll get the feeling that other people are bothered. Now, I'm not saying that's because of the colour of my skin. I'm not saying that at all. You know what it almost feels like? It almost feels like they don't know how to handle this situation. They're walking on eggshells. That's how it feels sometimes. Can I say that's accurate going right round? I don't know. But that's how it feels. I sometimes feel that people overcompensate. Why? I don't overcompensate with you. Why are you overcompensating with me? Is that liberalism that's beating people to feel like that? Do that. Just be a fucking human being. Or are they already guarded that I'm going to be full of fucking critical race theory, so then they're guarded? And it's like, that's what happens. This is the consequences that I'm talking about of the propaganda, the liberalisation, and all the bollocks. I'm 51 in 2-3 weeks, so I don't care about all this. Don't bother my relationships, because the age group of the people that I mix with, we've been through good and bad. And we're more mature, more wiser for it now. It's the younger generation, isn't it? Yes. Yeah, we need to get that channel back up, don't we? Throw the link in there, Katie. The link. Throw the link. Throw the link. Throw it in. Throw it in. Yes, mate. You know what? It's just common sense, mate, innit? And we're all in the same boat. If you're saying yeah, true, it's because you feel it. You know what I mean? I ain't fucking Nostradamus. You know what? You bring up a good point. It's self-reflecting, isn't it? And Dolly and I speak about this a lot. And we say it a lot. And whether people actually do it, it's up to them. I couldn't give a brass monkey whether you do or not. It's your life. It's your journey. I know the positive effects of being like this. So I can only say that. If you don't want to do it, if you want to live in anger, if you want to live with this frustration, if you want to live, fucking do what you want. But you'll see things change within you and your relationships. But we often say, look in the mirror. Look in the goddamn mirror. The world ain't going to change until you look in the mirror. Re-quantify what you are, where you're about, what your self-worth is, and what you want in life. Then boom, get your ass back out there, project yourself positively, and deal with positive people. Any negativity, leave it there. And the more you do that, this is only talking from personal experience, the more you do that, the happier you become, the more positivity that then is attracted around you, the happier relationships and interactions you have. It just seems to work. Yet on the flip side, you can see how it's going to be very detrimental to the human being. If you're walking around as a box that has been ticked, I'm a male, I'm a heterosexual, I'm mixed race. You know what I mean? It's like, why are them three things got to be important? Why have I got to then weaponize my mentality on the protection of any one of them three things? I'm a man. I'm a heterosexual. I'm mixed race. But this is what they're doing. So what I was saying before, why don't people just go to work, forget about the fucking skin colour, and interact with people no matter what? And I'm not saying this doesn't happen, but what I'm saying as a direct consequence of adverts and something I'm going to show you in a little bit, you can see it. Eggshell walkers. We've got fucking ballet dancing, tiptoeing around everything all the time. No one knows what to say, how to say it. No one knows whether they can crack a joke. Whether it be on a gender basis, whether it be homosexuality, whether it be on race. Because the liberals are doing everything they can to make people aware that you say that one word and that we're going to fuck you up. Pronouns, this noun, that noun, true mean, you know, what? What? Cisgender, that gender. It's like, you what? Biologically? I still need someone to prove to me that there's more than two species, male and female. We have fluctuations in between it all. We know that. Some males are more feminine, some females are more masculine. We can get that, but it's still male and female. Told my son the other day I'd take a bullet for him. Well, you know what? Would you take the bullet, Linda, if you knew that one of them two was responsible for grassing you up about having a day off? I don't know. I don't know whether to take a bullet for my kids now. Fucking hell. Sorry. I might take a rubber one. I might take a spud gun. But a full caliber fucking weapon? Full out and out betrayal here, Linda. I don't know whether I can take a bullet for someone who's done that to me. It's right, Indigo, innit? Got to look after mine here. I mean, yes, Babs, you're right. I mean, I don't want to be offensive to people. I don't want to tell people that they're not, but I don't want to then tell people that you can be anything you want to be. And when I mean that, when you're at nursery and they try to uplift you and go, well, if you work hard, you can be what you want. Don't quite mean you can be whatever fucking gender you want and you can call yourself whatever you want. And then people, if they don't call you that, then they're being phobic or something phobic towards you. What's going on? Not right, is it? It's not quite what we meant. Steve, yeah, clearly, innit? You know what they say about what you pay to bring up your children over the course of their life? Like fucking $250,000 or million, whatever it is. Feels like I've been grafted, yeah? All that money, for what? When the chips are down, they grass me up. You know what I mean? Fire for sharing my opinion. It's crazy, isn't it? Crazy. So PC that how can you live like that? And we all feel it, don't we? We all feel it. But I'll be honest with you. On a couple of reasons, I feel I've got more of an upper hand. And that is wrong. Put it this way. I know, and we know, I'm not going to fool you here because you guys will be on it. You know, and I know, no matter how eloquent, how articulate, I could probably say more than you could right now if you are of a lighter complexion. And that is shit. I can call you a racist motherfucker, but you can't call it me. I can allude to your skin colour being the woes of all life, but you mention anything about gang culture, how detrimental, you're a racist. On what planet is that right? Let me get to some footage here now, if I can. What have we got? What have we got first? See if it'll play. Right, so this, if I remember rightly, this is an advert from the CIA. A CIA that is probably virtue signaled and ticked every fucking box with this advert. And it's worrying to think that an organization can do this for so many reasons, but this is my opinion. You may share it, you may not. And if you don't, I understand. So here we go.
When I was 17, I quoted Zora Neale Hurston's How It Feels to Be Colored Me in my college application essay. The line that spoke to me stated simply, I am not tragically colored. There is no sorrow dammed up in my soul nor lurking behind my eyes. I do not mind at all. At 17, I had no idea what life would bring, but Zora's sentiment articulated so beautifully how I felt as a daughter of immigrants then and now. Nothing about me was or is tragic. I am perfectly made. I can wax eloquent on complex legal issues in English while also belting Guayaquil de mis amores in Spanish. I can change a diaper with one hand and console a crying toddler with the other. I am a woman of color. I am a mom. I am a cisgender millennial who's been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. I am intersectional, but my existence is not a box-checking exercise. I am a walking declaration, a woman whose inflection does not rise at the end of her sentences, suggesting that a question has been asked. I did not sneak into CIA. My employment was not and is not the result of a fluke or slip through the cracks. I earned my way in, and I earned my way up the ranks of this organization. I am educated, qualified, and competent, and sometimes I struggle. I struggle feeling like I could do more, be more to my two sons, and I struggle leaving the office when I feel there's so much more to do. I used to struggle with imposter syndrome, but at 36, I refuse to internalize misguided patriarchal ideas of what a woman can or should be. I am tired of feeling like I'm supposed to apologize for the space I occupy rather than intoxicate people with my effort, my brilliance. I am proud of me, full stop. My parents left everything they knew and loved to expose me to opportunities they never had. Because of them, I stand here today a proud first-generation Latina and officer at CIA. I am unapologetically me. I want you to be unapologetically you, whoever you are. Know your worth, command your space.
Turn your microphone on, Phil. We can't hear you.
Cheers. There you go. That, fucking hell. What did you think of that? All she needed to say was the last 10 seconds of that. That was it. About being an individual and being strong individual. That's it. It was like every virtue signal and box was ticked in the first minute of that. And I thought, you've over-dramatized your own life, surely. You're a daughter of an immigrant. Fair play to you. You come across as a very attractive, very articulate, and very intelligent individual. So why virtue signal to that extent? Not necessary. If I was to do that every time I go out to work, people are going to look at me and go, dude, just paint the fucking wall. We don't want to hear it. What relevance is that? Dude, content of character, not colour of skin. I know, and it's a shame, because that's coming from the CIA. I done a video with a guy called Joel at the A-Team, and he sent me a clip in regards to, I think it was GCHQ, that wanted non-white applicants before white applicants to tick the fucking box. And it's these messages that they're pushing when, if you treat people on how you want to be treated yourself, you don't need any of this anyway. And they're trying to say, well, there's more far right, more racism. Well, why is there when you're doing this? When you're doing this, it's clear to see that the rub-off is going to look like racism. It's going to look like it, but it's not. It's people are mad. People are sick of PC. People are sick of being fucking ballerinas. And if there's a black guy in the room, you're dodging whether you can say something. And it's very refreshing when that black guy actually lets you know, I don't give a fuck, I'm just a normal human being. All of a sudden, you know what I mean? And I know you're feeling that, because I feel it. I feel it on the white side as well as the black side. I see psychologically how people are tiptoeing around each other when they can't be real. You can't have a laugh. You can't talk about things, because as much as you do, they're being weaponized from different directions. So then your words all of a sudden become hate. They become non-tolerant words when they're not. Now, I'm not giving a bye here to actual racists, to actual white or black supremacists. Leave them all. Put them over there. Wrong-uns. They're the ones that are perpetuating this concept of racism. They're not fucking helping. It's the people in the middle, true centralists, you could argue, that don't give a fuck. Whatever country they may preside in, they don't care, because they love human beings. We're not going to use things in the past, and we're certainly not going to beat down people so we can make a better future. We just all tolerate each other and love one another, don't we? You know what I mean? And I'm not going to let a war, let something happen at 400-500 years ago, conflate and make me confuse my ideas on how I should interact with yous. Sad, but it's working. I think you're right. You're right. And it's growing. I think there's a positive pushback to it, as in you and I, people on here, that can see that the younger generation are being played on racial grounds, on gender grounds. But there is a glimmer, because there are younger generation that don't buy into this. Unfortunately, there will get some that will prostrate and think that this is brilliant, push it even further. Let's make this brilliant world. So it's a hard one. Oh, right, okay, well, let me go back. But I don't know whether that. There was someone who asked me a question, and I want to go back to that. It was a lady called Michelle. Your mods are absolutely awful. Why? What have we fucking done? What's going on here? Go back. I had the comment up, and then I've missed it. My mods are not awful at all. My mods are very good mods. And they've been through a hell of a lot of streaming, and can see all the different difficulties and challenges when people come in the streams on different vibrations. Right. Oh, okay, we'll see stuff like this. I'm asking you, who do you stand for? Let me have a look there. There was an earlier comment. Right, mister. Okay. That don't sound the most friendliest and welcome. You're welcome on this show. Thank you for jumping in. And I have no problem if you're going to ask me a question. That's all. What I will say is, though, it's difficult when you're reading comments to actually semantically get whether they're in a good place when they ask a question or whether they're not. Yeah, so I will say that. And when I do read a lot of comments, sometimes it's easy to misconstrue what they're talking about because the way they have written the comment. But I will say this, right, mister. Right, mister implies an element of urgency, implies that I need to stand to attention because of what you're about to ask me. Now, it would be nice if you started this with a little bit of delicacy. Yeah, bit of politeness. Are you a Tommy Robinson fan or James G? Now, Michelle Harding, I've no idea why you would ask me that, really, when if you look at my channel, look at what I've been covering over the past 2-3 years. What gives you any indication, one bit of indication that I'm either a Tommy Robinson fan or a James G? So I'm assuming you're talking about James Goddard. So if you're going to ask me that, why don't you ask me my feelings on the royal family? Why don't you ask me my feelings on fucking Hare Krishna movement? Because that is just as relevant. The reason why I say that is because Tommy Robinson, although some of the talking points that I covered back then are very relevant and still very relevant today, that man doesn't change that. Having said that, do I follow that man? No, I don't. There was a point in my time where on the journey of YouTube, I was following down that road. There's no indication I'm still there. I've covered multiple things. Having said that, swipe that man out of the context, the talking point is very relevant and valid. And I said that to that Corbynista when she called me a Nazi and a traitor to my own sort. And I'll say it again. So if you're trying now to link me with Tommy Robinson or James Goddard, that is disingenuous, to say the least. Fucking right it is. And I don't see how you can make that correlation. So I've answered your question. I mean, James Goddard, what indication makes you think that I support him? Seriously, if you could answer back now, because I've answered your question. Backtracking. I don't get what you mean. What do you mean backtracking? I've answered, or have I not answered? I don't know. I mean, I don't know what this lady, I don't know why she's kind of coming in on this vibe. Like, you're a Tommy Robinson fan. You're a James Goddard fan. It's like, really? What about you then? What do you stand for? It's almost like I've got something to be guilty of, but you're all right. Why the fuck should I feel any guilt? And why should you be in a position of being elevated with that comment in the way that you've worded it, Michelle? Come on, Michelle. Get your ass back in. If you're going to throw out spikes like that of negativity, answer it. Why did you have that conclusion? And why have you come in on the comment section like that? Oh, you have spoke on race. Both gentlemen have very different views on the subject. Yeah. So that doesn't correlate though, does it? That is a very, got to say it, it's a very intellectual way of red dotting me to Tommy Robinson and James Goddard. Are you for fucking real, Michelle? Well, not for me to say, but I watched that man being groomed online. And I'm not going into it. It's his own man. I don't support him. I don't like the guy as an individual, and you can tell him that. I don't give a fuck. I'll tell him to his face. I don't care. In the beginning, that guy used to be a suburb of mine. And then all of a sudden, he's just gone fucking mentally rogue. Don't know what the fuck he stands for now. I think he hates himself. That's how fucking far he's gone. I've managed to be able to move away from negativity. Man, I'm in a good place here. People on here are in a good place. We all have ultimate feelings about race, about abuse, survivors, online abuse, sexual abuse, verbal abuse. We all want to maintain a good place, particularly what's going on with this little thing at the moment, COVID. You know, that has its own little feelings on people, how they feel about it. So I don't know. I'm actually calm, Michelle. Thank you very much. And listen, come on, Lisa. Right, come on then. There we go. What have I done now, Lisa? Come on. You only ever seem to come in when you want to give me a verbal slap as well. So what have I done? Fucking hell. Yeah. It has, Sodder, but I don't mind. I don't mind if they've got something legitimate to say. If we're talking two women that have just come in with a grumpy one and just point the finger, then I'll kind of point the finger as to that's exactly what you're doing. So what I'm asking you is for you two to both explain why you've come in on that vibration and actually prove the point that you're trying to make. What is the point you're trying to make? Lisa, Sammy, you've been on my ass for months, years, and you've never successfully tried to prove that I'm a racist. What? Seriously? So I talk about critical race theory and all of a sudden we get two people jumping in. Okie dokie then. Why that video? That video? As in what? So what I mean with comments. If you could explain what you mean when you're writing in the comments, because all I do is try and fill in the blanks of your comments, and it's shit. It's more hard work. So if you just put your comment out, I don't then have to start bitting it together over 4 or 5 comments and try and get where you're going with it. Okay, right then. So if we're not going to explain ourselves any further, I shall carry on, crack on, whatever you want to call it. Over the target. Yes, that's right, mate. That's right. Cancelled? No, I got a strike and I just come off a strike. But no, this channel's still live and kicking. Going anywhere. So what I'd like to say to both Michelle and Lisa Sammy is, you know what? This stream, this channel is a vibes channel. It's a positive channel. You'll see that. Most of the time when we come on here, we tend to have laughs. We tend to talk about low subjects, but do it in a manner where we're still high vibrational. And that's not easy to do. It's not. And you know, probably what makes that easy is to be able to rise above negativity. There's a lot of it going on. A lot of it going on. Well, I'm happy to hear that, Michelle. I'm happy to hear that. Oh, here we go. More positivity. I ain't a clue. I haven't a clue. I haven't a clue. You're so right. You are right. Semantically, I haven't a clue what the fuck you're going on about. You or Michelle. That's my little 2 pence there. So with that, yeah, I think you're right there. I think you've got a good point. It's becoming ever so more agitated. And let's face it, the press don't want you to be happy. They seem to throw out negative stuff all the time, you know, affecting your pineal gland all over the place. You know, stopping you trying to consciously rise. How can you consciously rise when you're watching mainstream media just beat down people? You know, it's going to have a negative effect, isn't it? It's going to have a negative effect. So what else have we got here? Covered that one. Done that one. Oh, shall I go there? Let's have a little look at this. Yeah. Yeah, let's have a little look. Right. Michelle got no intention on blocking you. You're more than welcome on here. Now, I know many streams that will just come in and just get straight agitated. Like I say, you're not on one of them streams. You're not dealing with that kind of a person. So there was no need to come in like that. You know what I'm saying? Lisa can feel what she wants to feel, and I'm really not bothered either way. But you don't have to come in like that, because I'm not like that. You know what I mean? I've actually asked Lisa for a coffee and a muffin a couple of years ago, and she turned me down, flatly refused. And I was pretty upset at the time, but I'm just about getting over it. Now, I can understand, this is a crazy thing. If you want to think a certain negative element to an individual, you can do. I can't stop you doing that. I can't stop you forever thinking that you might feel that I'm a wronger. It's up to you. But it's inaccurate. You're way off the target, and I've given you multiple opportunities to prove that to you. At the same time, I have nothing to prove to anybody, so I don't give a shit. If you want to come in on here and assume stuff, then all you're doing is showing yourself. Oh, wow, Lisa. Lisa, I love you. I love you. Lisa, Sammy. What a whammy. Lisa said whammy. Lisa. Good vibes here, man. Good vibes. Right, so I've got a little UFO thing here, I think. Let's have a little look at this while we're chatting shit. See what go on in. Oh no. I wonder whether it was Lisa that grasped me up to the wife. Lisa, did you dob me into the wife that I had a day off? Did you call my wife and said, your far-right Nazi husband is at home now? And if I was you, I wouldn't have that. Here's me blaming my daughters. And it was you, wasn't it, Lisa? It was you. Can feel it. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Boo! Right. No, we don't want that. Don't want that. We want... Just seeing this channel that I have spoke about before. It's a great channel. UFO channel. And one of them stories, it's not going away. Everyone feels how they feel and different elements, whether you want to believe, whether you don't. I'm not ultimately saying all these videos, it's just looking into it. And I've seen this one, and I'm not saying, don't know what it is. It's just an anomaly. So let's see if we can get it going. Go back to the beginning with that. Right, here we go.
What the fuck is that? I mean, I have no idea what it is, and it's moving really slowly in really weird ways. It's like floating. So I think by definition, that is a UFO. The fuck? It keeps folding and unfolding on itself. It's really far away, I think. What the fuck? It just keeps hovering there. I think it's getting closer to me, but then I zoom out, it's still really far away. But outside the camera, it looks closer. It looks like a snake almost. Where is it? There it is. Well, okay, now it's like, it's actually hard to see now. Where'd it go? Whoa, that's weird. It's not. It's like disappearing. I can still see it. Not on the camera, though. Where is it on the camera? Wait a minute.
Well, don't know what that was. Don't know what that was.
Good afternoon. I'm back.
Hey up, Dolly's just come up. Dolly's just come up. Yes, Dolly. Don't know what, it's weird. I don't know what it is. A balloon, what? Its thing was opening and then floating. It was more floating than being guided by winds. I mean, there's always an element of higher winds higher up in the sky, but I don't know. You make your own mind up. I'm not telling you what that is. It's just funky, wasn't it? That was funky. And I've just put in a link to the channel as well. It's UFOs Worldwide. So that link that I just put in is to that video, but then click on the actual channel. It's a brilliant channel. Really is a good channel. And I don't think he's saying ultimately everything that he puts up is aliens. He's not. Some of them he will actually put up and go, well, this is like an helicopter that the vision's been obscured or something. So he'll be honest and open. And if he can't explain it, he'll say he can't explain it. But that doesn't ultimately mean that it's got to be an alien. You know what I mean? So there's an element of being rational with this. And a lot of people don't understand that if you follow this, it doesn't mean to say that you see everything in the sky. Whoa, you know? But the observation skills of some people are really fucked up. I will say that. What I will say is 2017, I seen something and I took a photo of it and it was moving around very strangely and it was reforming itself. Yeah, reforming itself. It was fucking weird. I was with my two children. Little did I know that they were going to go and grass me up later on down the line. But when I got home, I took a photo. That photo I used as a still in a stream I'd done about a month or so ago. Someone put in the comment section a flying wig. And you think, well, I'm not being funny, but with the open-mindedness and, let's say, some of the stupidity and the low-grade observational skills of some people, it's hardly surprising the world is fucked. Because I'm not the most highly conscious, the most open-minded, the most spiritual. I'm on my way to fucking entering that realm, but it will take a while, probably take all of my life to, ascend to that level. But God damn it, flying wig. So when someone can interpret that as a flying wig, you're fucked. Don't let them vote. If they've got kids, you can only feel sorry for the fucking children. So I'm sorry. Consciousness and open-mindedness on an individual level needs to fucking rise big time. Because we've got people that do not know their ass from their elbow, and people that will be scared to even look in the mirror and acknowledge certain truths about themselves and about the outside world. And these are the very adults that you sit on a bus next to, that you'll work alongside. And it's a scary prospect. Yes, Dolly. You just popped up then, Dolly. You were just about to have a drink out of a lovely little flask. There's a cultural change being forced through, innit? It's not organic. That's certainly not organic. And it's not fair. It's not going to create the equilibrium. The cultural change for me, the 90s was a wicked cultural change. That seemed natural. It seemed harmonious. It had issues, it had problems. But the music scene will tell you, we were working, we were coming together. Totally man-made. Totally man-made. It's a spike, innit? And it's adverts like that. So it's strange that I talk about critical race theory. I show this Latino, intelligent, good-looking, articulate Mexican Latino woman that is now working for the CIA, but would rather spend more time virtue signaling on rather than empowering herself, knowing that she's gone through struggles. We've all gone through struggles. Living life is a fucking struggle. Just because your father was an immigrant, don't make it any more of a struggle. So don't virtue on that. I'm sorry. When you've got workhouses in this country that were going about in the Victorian age, how can I then turn around to go, well, white people don't know what incarceration is, don't know what oppression is. There's a fucking workhouse building still in Stockport. And I looked at the history of them workhouses, the way they treated the lower class, the way families went in and they were divided straight away, fucking practically never seeing each other again, had to work in squalid conditions. Probably the life expectancy rate in one of them places, bleeding joke, yeah? So we all go through struggles. Now, is it a pissing contest and go, well, that's not as bad as colonialisation? Might not be, but we've all been through struggles. Don't want to make it a pissing contest and go, well, because that happened, it is a competition and you do need to get down on your knee a little bit more. Why? Get up off your knee. Treat me as a human being. I'll treat you as a human being. And we'll love each other. We'll have beautiful relationships, innit? That was terrible stuff, Phil. What was terrible? What? The fact that my daughter's aggressive. You're right. You're right. You're right. And you're now looking at red pill Phil Saddam Hussein, yeah? Because shit's going down in here tonight. Telling you. Telling you. So that alludes to it being more of a class thing then. Doesn't it? The peasant, remember the old days of the peasant class and the elites riding through in the horse and carts through the muddy streets. And you got the peasants in fucking potato sacks. There's nothing changed. You've got an elite system. But the elite system is then getting everyone to fight against each other instead of the people realising that we're all in the same shit, and it's the elites. It's the horse and cart mentality. The shiny clothes. You've got nothing. You know what I mean? But because they've got that status, you've got to, you supersede. Well, they supersede you, rather. And I've never been one for that. We're all people. We're all people, aren't we? And I think the mistake is made when you've got that. And I think the mistake is made when you've got people who are lower class who look up to the higher class and who all they want to do is be there. Because by doing it, it means that you're going to step on a load of people that are in the lower class. Isn't it? Or is that just me rambling? Don't underestimate me. What are you on about, Lisa? What are you on about? Go and get a glass of cocoa and chill out. I'm suspicious as to why you used it, and that's always been our problem. You're suspicious of why. Well, when I do a stream calling critical race theory, and then I bring in a video that is itemizing critical race theory, is that suspicious? What's suspicious about that? If I was going to do a stream saying I'm going to talk about Granny Smith's apples and then bring on a video talking about Granny Smith's apples, is that suspicious? What the fuck is going on here, Lisa? Put an extra spoon of sugar in your coffee. Do whatever it takes. And you might feel them mocking you. You might feel that. But from my position, you're way off the mark. And everyone else here can see it. To a point where you're making yourself look like you've got the problem here. Not fucking me. You're the one with the problem, Lisa. Hey. She must be frothing at the fucking time. Chill out, Lisa. Okay? We're only on this planet for a short amount of time, Lisa. Right? So we can spend this time with you being suspicious about me. Overly suspicious. Because I've come online and said fucking hello. Okay. Be suspicious. But you know what? The world is going to end very soon, Lisa. And we'll all have them moments, them last crystallizing moments. When you see the light, when the light's there, the gates are opening, yeah? The Creator's coming for us. It's going to happen to us all. What I don't want to happen is that crystallizing moment you're going to think, man, I shat on Red Pill Phil. And I feel eternally sorry. To the point where the Creator's going to go, dude, I'd let you in, but you fucked Red Pill Phil over. And I'm not having that. I'm not having that. So, the Creator, you've got a chance here, Lisa. Please, the Creator, Lisa. On a conscious level, where you're at is low. Don't know why you're there. Not my problem. I'm not there. You are. So own it. Look in the mirror. My conscious level is above that. I still have decent interactions and I still love people, no matter the skin colour, Lisa. So when the light comes for me, man, me and the creator are going to be on that controller and we're going to be rocking some dope shit, yeah? And the creator's going to be going, dude, I'm so glad I split the atoms and created the world because you come here with this controller now, dude, and you're dropping some fat shit. So normally in these situations, Phil, I would let you see the light and I'd let you return having seen the light, but you're dropping so much dope shit that you're not going. Get in. Good stream. I've got to go pick up the kids. Thanks, Phil, Kate, and all. Yes. Thank you very much. Black lattes matter. They fucking do. You've got to consider the black latte, right? You've got to. And don't give a fuck who you are, right? Get on one knee to the black vinyl. I'm telling you. Don't diss and don't be racist. If you get a white vinyl, you're a fucking vinyl supremacist. That's all I'm saying. Sorry, got to call it out. Want to wish an amazing birthday to a one-of-a-kind walking angel, best woman I have ever had privilege of working alongside and being a friend to me since we met. I hope you've had the best birthday poss. Yes, happy birthday. Very cryptic, don't know who it is. Don't know who it is, but happy birthday to you. Yes, Linda, love and respect. Yes. Right then. We're all going music. Let's go fucking music. Why not? Why not? Right? Since we do it, let us do it, huh? Right. I'm going to play another one I done. I play that. Will that let me play? Right. This is something that I conjured up in my little YouTube absence. It's done by Manic Manx, which is my own creation. It is a song, a rendition by an artist formerly known as Eric B. and Rakim. And the track is called Let the Rhythm Hit 'Em. Enjoy, guys. Here we go. See if it comes on.
Let the rhythm hit 'em. On the arsenal, I got artillery, lyrics and ammo, rhymes and rhythms, then I'ma get my piano. Bring a bulletproof vest, nothing to ricochet. Ready aim at the brain and what the trigger say. Tempo's trifle, felt like a rifle. Massage and melodies might go right through simultaneously like a Uzi. Nothing can bruise me. Lyrics let up when ladies say don't lose me. So reload quickly and you better hit me. While I'm letting this VV get with me. You're stepping with 007, better make it snappy. No time to do your hair, baby. Brothers busting at me, beats and bullets pass me not on target. They want the R hit, but watch the guard get quick as the tongue is the trigger. Cause I'm real fast. Let off some rhythm at 'em, let 'em feel the blast. Penetrated at a crazy rate, this ain't the 38. Hit 'em at point blank range and watch 'em radiate. Running out of ammunition, I'm done with 'em. You ask me how I did 'em, I let the rhythm hit 'em. Let the rhythm hit 'em. I'm Pushing power that's punishing, prepare to be a prisoner. The hitman is the brother with charisma, showing you that I have powerful paragraphs. Followers become leaders, but without a path, you're mentally paralyzed. Crippled your third eye, rhymes are blurred, then the curve that you heard. I reduce the friction with crucifixion, let loose the mixing, boost the pitch, then Eric hit him with some of that. Cut like a lumberjack, and me get hit back. It won't be none of that, I'm untouchable. You see me in 3D when I let the rhythm hit another MC. Lyrics made a lead into your head, then eruption of a mass production to spread when music is louder, full of gunpowder. Microphone machinery when I see a crowd of party people bumping their fists like this. You're hiding the back thinking that I might miss, but the art is accurate, plus I packed it with educated punchlines that I have to hit whatever I aim at. I line them up, your body is where you feel the pain at. Time is up, you've been hit with something different, isn't it? Rakim is gonna radiate, nothing's equivalent, nothing can harm me. Why try and bomb me? You couldn't f around with Rob with an army. You get wrecked by the architects of...
Yes! Let the bleeding rhythm hit him. Yes, thanks for all that. Nice little words there. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Rakim's dope. He's dope, old school. And that was nothing in reference to gang violence. All the references to guns, he was metaphorically talking about rhythm. So he's talking about metaphorically doing someone over with his lyrical content, with his articulation, with his intelligence. Fuck all to do with gang violence. So if anyone couldn't understand that when he's referencing guns and stuff, he's just saying he's a lyrical badass. And he is. When you look at the rap of that era, it was intelligent, vocally floral, made you think. You look at it now, Drake, are you for fucking real? Just a hook, a boring hook. Boring. There's no elevation. It doesn't make you want to rise. Doesn't make you want to punch out of the mental block that you're in. Make you want to think. The beats are hardcore. The beats are dope. But then that's the Trojan horse because it's pulling you into a shit message. And that's why I left hip-hop a long time ago. Modern day hip-hop is fucked. There's intelligent stuff that's still out there, but it's not promoted. Certainly not promoted. The stuff that's promoted now, we were talking about critical race theory. It's all that shit in the music. Virtue signaling. Horrible. Having said that, there is some very good, articulate, conscious, intelligent hip-hop artists that are still pumping out some good shit. So big up to them. And one thing I will say, Sharon Bink's birthday, apparently. Happy birthday, Sharon. We met in London. You were looking fantastic considering what you've been through. I'm glad you're doing all right. Brilliant. You have a great day today. And where else? Where is it? Where is it? Right, Cockney Patriot. Where are you, dude? You stuck your head in before. Where are you? Because this man is doing a stream, a musical stream. He's got a fat-ass studio set up, and I did say to him, next time on a stream, dude, remind me and send me a link so I can put it in the stream. So if you hear Mr. Patriot, Mo, if you hear Mo, stick your link in. Yes. Yes. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sharon Banks. Happy birthday to you. Don't know why I done that, but I done it. Who blocked me? What? Yes, Cockney, throwing your link, mate. I don't know. You know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. Because she thought she could come in here, spread some bad vibes, and I was going to go, oh, look at it. But it didn't happen, did it? What I done was smacked her with some love. And Michelle, and they both fucked off because they couldn't handle it. They want to come in, diss him. And because I wasn't prepared to diss him, I hit him with some intellectual shit, but wrapped round some big fat kisses in terms of hugs and love. They couldn't handle it. They wanted to upset me. They wanted to upset the apple cart of the street. And it was unsuccessful. Sorry. Don't blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. Don't blame it on the good times. Blame it on my pussy, me cat. I'm a male. Lisa and Michelle, don't do us like that. We didn't mean it. Oh. Oh, Lisa, I love you. You're the one for me. Now, now, now. Come on, Lisa. Chill out, man. My pussy's at the door, right? So do you mind if I let my pussy out? Don't blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. Don't blame it on the good times. Blame it on the pussy. Oh, Lisa, man. What's your problem? He's singing. That's when he really goes wrong, innit? Thanks, Great Brit. He'll be blocking me before you know it. And he's my mod. Be like, fuck this. Yes. Well done. And happy birthday to you, Linda. You've just recently turned that grand age. Fine wine. Fine wine. Right. While we're on the fucking subject, right? Sorry. Right? I was on the verge of leaving YouTube. I was on the verge of it. I had enough. Nothing to do with Lisa. Nothing to do with any of them. Right? You know what it's to do with? Fucking this. See it? I can take all the trolling. I can take all the verbal abuse. But I'm sick of this. This took me to a place where I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm going. I'm taking me pram. I'm taking me dummy. And I'm going. And that only come the other week. And the funny thing was, you know what the wife said to me when I said, I've got another one of these. She goes, Phil, that's about your fifth one. I've not told you. So I'm getting repeatedly. Yeah? And if anyone doesn't know who that is, over 50s retirement plan. They're fucking gaslighting me. Repeatedly. I know. Here we go again. Here we fucking go again. Who needs that? The world's going to shit, right? We know that. There's so many problems from left to right, right to left, up and down. I don't need that. Don't need it. Thank you, Linda. Thank you. You see, if I got posts like that, that would make me feel really, really powerful. You know what I mean? And the opposite's that. You're old. You're not going to be here too much longer. Start giving us money. Rubbing it in. Now it's rubbing it in, all right. And it's not going down too well. Not going down too well. So that's you. If I'm going to be an activist, it's going to be against them. I'm going to take them down. Take them down. Funeral plan. Don't want a funeral plan. I'm not thinking of going anywhere just yet. Don't want to start thinking about that. Instead of planning for my funeral, I'm going to get my controller. And probably an hour before the kid, my youngest little informant comes home, I'm going to bust some tunes. I'm not going to think about retirement plans. I'm not going to think about what fucking casket I want. You know what I mean? What are you doing? I want to live. I want to be happy. You're coming through. You're coming through. Oh man, I'm 51. 51 on the 22nd of May. The 22nd of May is my birthday. The day Lee Rigsby got attacked. The day the Adriana concert got attacked. My birthday. So it was something very weird that compelled me to get involved and do the YouTube and go to that march that he eventually got me called an actor. There was too many underlying paranormal type incidents that was pulling me into that. And I still ultimately believe that, you know, it was just weird how it happened. I think it's 23 people that have died now through that bombing, but initially it was 22. So I'm like, my favorite number's 22. It's fucking crazy. So numerology wise, I'm like, shit, this event has pulled me to this. Now, I don't know whether people believe in whether numerology plays a life in your actions, whether you're conscious of it or subconsciously. I'm a firm believer that numbers dictate our lives, and we probably don't even know it, realize it, what it's doing. Numbers involves everything, binary code, you know, every component, everything that's built is a series of numbers, isn't it? You know what I mean? So it's interesting. Now, whether I'm probably overthinking that, hey up. Streets, you got peasants in fucking potato sacks. There's nothing changed. You've got an elite system, but the elite system is then getting everyone to fight against each other instead of the people realising that we're all in the same shit. It's the elites. It's the horse and cart mentality. You know what I mean? Oh, Kater, that made me piss. Look at that. A fucking seagull watching Red Pill Phil. Get on that. Get on that. Now, I need to know a few things here. Is that seagull attached to any political party? I interviewed Polly, the poo-poo extremist, a few weeks ago. It was one of the most difficult interviews I've ever conducted. She fucking looked right through me. Is this the seagull world now starting to realise that I've bobbed my head up and I've noticed that the birds are extremists? So is the seagull now watching my ass intently? What is going on here, guys? Fucking hell. What's going on here? Phil the Bird Whisperer. I'm attracting birds. The ones that fly. The ones that shit on you from a height. What is that all about? Dodgy stuff. Well, he's on the windowsill there, isn't he? Or is it a she? Am I misappropriating the gender of this goddamn seagull? How radical is it? Don't know what the fuck's going on here. Crazy that. When you've got a sultry seagull watching your shit like that at your window, it was looking at the telly. What does it want with me? Is that Lisa? Has Lisa got the seagulls now to start trolling me as well? Come on, Lisa. Own it. Getting all the fucking birds to come after me like this. What's going on? I tell you, I've got a feeling. The next march I'm going to go on, I'm going to get shat on by a flock of fucking pigeons or seagulls, aren't I? I am. Shite Phil Pill. I am. Can see it. And you've been warned. It started with the poo-poo extremist. Katie's just clearly showing you there. Seagulls are on me now. What fucking next? Yeah? About the sparrows, robins, fucking ticks. Here's me thinking there's an element of zippity-doo-dah, zip. No, it's not, mate. They want your ass. You've uncovered something by doing that pooper extremist video. No one had thought of the fucking pigeons being extremist. Now you've told the world they're on the map, aren't they? And they're pissed off. The pigeon world don't want this around you. The seagull world, they're coming for you. Geese. What's going on, innit? What was that comment, man? There you go, Lisa. Come on, Lisa. Call the birds off, please. Seriously? Call it off. I mean, he's not even subbing to the channel as well. Cheeky fucker. He's looking at it through the window. Subscribe. Do what everyone else does. It's like if I'm on a bus, I'm not going to watch a video through someone else's phone. That's rude. Rude. I'll subscribe to the channel and watch my own device. Freeloaders. Freeloaders. Hook it out. Come on, Lisa. Come on, Lisa. Are you going to give me a metaphorical hug or what? What are you saying? I told you, it's about the vegetables, innit? It's got to be a female seagull then, innit? Got to be. The moment a male carries his meat and two veg round on his journey, he's constantly getting done over, innit? For what? A carrot and a couple of fucking Pepsi poires? Seriously? My own daughters, man. My own daughters. I can see you both. Sorry I had to jump over and put that video up. Oh, you know what? I'm glad you did. Glad you did. I'm going to look at seagulls in a different light, though. I'll tell you that. Oh, so what you're saying that the seagulls are more elevated? Are they in the more? Are they more hierarchical? You know what I mean? Is it a pyramid? And on the pyramid, the top of the pyramid, is that the seagulls, or is it the albatrosses, then the seagulls? What, mate? The bird world. There must be a proper little inner fighting going on there. You know what I mean? We think we've got a spiritual battle. What do you think they're doing? Must be a lot of shit going down. What about magpies? The crafty little gits, them, aren't they? How long is it going to be before I get a magpie on my ass? Black and white. Black and white. A mixed race magpie. Serious fucking thoughts here, guys. I'm under threat here now. Yeah? I've not had the police giving me any initial threat of my life at this point, but I interviewed a fucking pigeon extremist and I've now got a seagull clocking me shit online. So if I disappear, or if I reappear full of shite, not hard, is it? Not hard to work it out, guys. Albatross is a king. You don't fuck with one of them. Don't fuck with one of them. They're massive. I mean, that thing wasn't small there, was it? Look at the size of that. That's looking at me now. That is looking me out. Look at it. seagulls, man. What's up with him? I don't want to live and be happy. Look at all the shit I've had today. Wasn't this a good idea? Now I feel like I want to go back to bed. I've been grassed up. You know what I mean? I've had people here thinking I'm all kinds of a suspicious creature. And now I'm getting fucking death threats from birds. Man, why did you come online today? Stayed in your living room out of the way. Oh, mate, don't say that. I love riding my bike. I'm going to have to be on the watch out. I'm telling you guys, I might need your help here. I might need your help. If I'm next on a march and you see a flock of birds flying round me, help me out. Give me an umbrella or something. Because I'm going to get shat on. Phil, can you give a shout out to John Westcott? Mate of mine of 40 years. He's been into music all his life and just had a heart attack. Oh, bless. How you doing, babes? You all right? Was it you who informed your mother of my presence here today? Okay. Love you. Right. Process of elimination. That's one down. One more left. I'm going to get to the bottom of this shit. So, yes, what's his name again? John Westcott. Mate, well done. And you know what? A man after my own heart, loves his music. It'd be more interesting to find out what he's into, what type of music, if he plays instruments, all that kind of stuff. Brilliant, Linda. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Deserves a massive shout out. And if he's a supporter of this channel, you know, big respect. So big himself up. And as ever, we've got people. What I will say is, right, anyone who is listening to this channel now, if they're going through some form of illness, if they've just had a bereavement, they're trying to get around that. If you've had some bad news, if you're just not feeling good about yourself, you've got an element of anxiety, or, you know, just things in the world you're not finding it easy to cope with at this moment in time, big up yourself. Big up yourself. There's plenty of people who know, love, and support you, even if they don't know you. This channel, as you know, is full of love. We've got people here now, as soon as we bigged him up, just strangers going, big him up. Because everyone's the same. We want people to prosper, don't we? We don't want to create shit. So if I'm hearing someone is going through a bad time, I want nothing but to give them love in order to build them back up. And I would expect that from them if I spiritually need some help. And personally, I think that you do a stream of good vibes, it sends good vibes out, and that will therapeutically help individuals to just crack on with their own life. Even if it's been only for an hour or 15 minutes that you've been able to do that. Fucking right. Rather than that, then be one of them streams that's just a product stream. It's going, kicking off, and your mods are fucking blocking everyone everywhere and slashing it. No, we don't need that. Big up to everyone. Yes. Big up, everyone. Everyone. Even Lisa and even Michelle. Don't matter. We're all people going through struggles and strife. We're all trying to find our truths. And in some ways, we all become a product of that, trying to find out them truths. And I'm no different, so I'm not putting in anything on anyone that I'm not doing myself. But what I will say, as Dolly will agree, what helps me is looking in the mirror and realizing how I want to interact with other individuals. You know? It's right, isn't it? We're only here for a short amount of time, guys. So Someone wants to sit there and go, well, you've been streaming for 4 years and I fucking hate you and I'm going to kind of dig in you every time. Well, you sit there with that vibe. Why should I care? That's only going to affect your psyche. It's only going to affect your anxiety levels. It's only going to affect your health. It's not going to do fuck all to me. Okay, look, seriously, the moment this stream's done, right, I'm plugging this shit in. And there's going to be baseline, severe baseline, right? With the full objective of bringing down some seagulls and pigeons. I'm going to frequency their ass. I'm going to give them such low frequency. It's a fucking sound weapon, man. I'm telling you. Yes. I would do it. It's a mad one, Rose. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. And I love you too, Rose. I hope you're really looking after yourself and everything's okay at this moment in time. Might be. That's another thing. People jump in with stupid. You know what? You jump in on an alternative account. Don't give a fuck. You're only going to get the same opinion slapped at you. So if you come giving me with shit with a different avatar on it, you're going to get the same response. Come back in 10 minutes later with a different avatar, you're going to get the same response. I'm not false. I'm a genuine individual. And I don't fuck about either. If someone wants to be nice with me, ultimately you get nothing but love and I will do anything I can to support you and help you. If you're going to fuck me over, you seriously got a brain in my head and I know what I'm doing. So you'll get a response that is full of common sense, full of articulation and balance, but you'll get metaphorically, verbally fucked up. So stick that on your alternative account and smoke it. Yeah. You don't want to listen to me. Look at it. Yeah? You fuck with me, you fuck with the goal. That's all I'm saying. Now, there's two ways. I can either have a goal that wants to fuck me up, or I can befriend that goal and the pigeon. Along with my 20,000 subscribers, I've got a shitload of birds as fucking mates. Once I achieve that, Lisa, telling you, there's going to be a lot of chatting going on. If I can somehow get through to them birds, I can't believe you come out with that. That was so random. So random. Get it in on the stream. He's not going anywhere. Oh, look. There's nothing changed. You've got an elite system. But the elite system is then getting everyone to fight against each other instead of the people realising we're all in the same shit. It's the elites. It's the horse and cart mentality. The shiny clothes. You've got nothing. You know what I mean? But the I've got to go to the shop in a minute. And I'm actually shitting myself. I often look up because you never know what you might see in the sky. I'm a man that looks up rather than look down. But on this occasion, I know once I get to that main road there's normally a couple of gulls sat on a high post. It's going to make me think differently about that now. I'm going to have to take an alternate route back, aren't I? To make sure they don't know where to fucking live. Right, man. Man, don't tell me it's got martial arts skills, as then I am doing one. Seriously. Being serious, that is one healthy seagull. Being serious, mate. Are you idolising a seagull? It did look quite healthy. But speaking of it like that, almost makes out you're an admirer. That seagull is clearly watching me, mate. Are you in with the seagull? Do you know that seagull's name? Why are you bigging up the seagull on here? The seagull's shitting me up, bro. The pigeon, a lot of shat to be shattered. So telling me that it's healthy means that, you know what? Are you for me or against me? Because from where I'm looking now, I don't know whether you're a friend or an enemy. Has the seagull radicalised you? Has it groomed you? Has it groomed you to think that? Or is that an honest interpretation of what you think? Fucking worried now. Why do I keep it here? I'm telling you. If anyone says these streams are full of low-grade crap, Phil, it's my fault, innit? My fault. When we're digressing, and we get an individual that divulges that he's been watching seagulls for months. That's some creepy shit, right? Makes me think, is this guy woke or what? Is he woke? Am I woke? Who's wrong and who's right? Puzzling times. It's called having a laugh, Lisa. Called having a laugh. You know? If you want me to come on here and be angry, start slagging people off. I could do it if you want, but it wouldn't be nice. I'm not geared up that way either. So what I tend to do, Lisa, I tend to take the piss a hell of a lot. Sometimes at people's expense, but in a friendly way. And I hope that the people that I do it to see it that way as well. It's never targeted. It's never there to ridicule people. We all have a laugh. There'll be plenty of times people will take the piss out of me in a jesty way on the comment section. And I'll take it just that. My modder, Great Brit, takes the piss out of me more than anyone. Constantly does it. And the reason why he does it, because we know each other well. He knows what I'm like. And he knows I can take a joke. And he knows I'm a bit of a dickhead at times as well. So we take the piss. So what we tend to do, Lisa, we don't take things too seriously on here. So with that other chap, the lady, I hope they didn't feel that I was doing that. I was just stretching a comedic moment, exaggerating it, probably making it sound silly, but it's called fun. It's called escapism, Lisa. And when you're feeling like shit and the world's like shit and everything around you and every video you watch is telling you the world is like shit, I want to do more and more streams. But I'm having fun. I'm taking a piss. I'm taking life too seriously. Because I'm not letting them vibrations get me down, Lisa. Nor should you. You know what I mean? Exactly. Exactly. We should. I mean, Lisa will probably take this as like, oh, personal attack, am I getting at me? You're the one coming in all grumpy. So what you're finding, and I said this to you before, so you're clearly not listening to me, but 10 minutes ago I said to you before, you're going to come in on a stream where the vibe's different here. We're chilled. We don't take life too seriously. but at the same time, we can talk about the most serious points, but then take the piss 2 minutes after. So that tells me that I'm on a good vibration and the people that watch it are on a good vibration. They're not angry, they're not getting out at me, and they're not kind of making sure that I've got to be angry because they're, you know, I'm not sufficiently angry to feel their emotion either, no. In fact, it's the opposite. We need to come away from that. You know what I'm saying? So when I said to you before that you're going to come in, and if you're going to come in with that attitude, I'll notice it because I'm quite a perceptive individual, particularly when I adhere to semantics. I'll fuck anyone over with semantics if you don't talk to me in the right way. Yeah, I'm not perfect, but I'm very perceptive. So if you come into this comment section with a grump on, it's not only going to be me that notices it, it's going to be the rest of the stream. Because the rest of the stream are not going to fight you. They're not going to go, oh, here's this troll, let's battle the troll. They're going to look and go, oh, come on, Lisa, chill the fuck out. Seriously? We're only here for a microsecond on this existence that we call Earth, this plane, this fucking whatever it is. So why? Why spend an hour of your time coming in on someone like that? There's no need. Lisa, what are you doing? To me. The rest of the soaps. What are you doing? Chill out. Let's hope you don't get one of them, Lisa. It's enough to make you grumpy. Right, what do you call a man with a seagull on his head? Cliff. Now that is good.
Phil,
Yes.
I've done something.
What have you done?
Can I show you?
Show me, yeah. Go what? I've got to go to the shop in a minute. I'm actually shitting myself. I often look up.
I added it to the folder.
I tell you, that beard's going, yeah, I'd fucking shit yourself as well, son. As soon as you step out, you're mine. You know that? You're my bitch. I know it.
Every time someone says something stupid, no, you can just put that overlay on.
It's right, and I'm going to keep that. Man, see, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. You've got a radical gull on your hands there. No fucking about. No messing, guys. My ass is going to be toast. Do you know how many gulls there are in this country? I'm fucked. See the way he was looking then? It went even closer to the window. Even closer. That fucker's analysing me. Isn't it? Dum, 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 dum. Dum, 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 dum. That's what I'll be thinking now. I'll go to the shop in a minute. I'm going to have to wear a freaking disguise. Fucking hood up like that. Fucking. Walk around like that. Can I have 26, please? Man, this is bad. Yes, Blackwall. You take care. Come on, Rob. Give some words of wisdom, mate, because I'm shitting myself here. Does anyone else think that Phil's mank be appealing to that? So if I talk less mank, if I talk with a more affluent accent, do you think that might work, Rob? Do you think that might make the less radicalized gull want me? Or do you think I'm talking like that? Well, yeah. Looking all that, what are you doing here? The radical gull's going, yeah. Look at that mank, he's a knobhead. We're going to do this. The gull's real mank. Who's he think he is, red pill Phil? I'm going to shat on his head soon as I get a second, bro. You pigeons, man, you need to get in on this. What does a digital seagull wear to the beacher? Bikini. Great Brit, if you get one more of them jokes, block him. Block, block, block. Great Brit. Are you hearing me, mate? Block him, mate. Block him. Get him offline. One more, right? Only joking. Right, I'm going to get going shortly anyway. I'm going to get the controller out. I'm going to have an hour of freedom before the wife gets back, and then I'm made perpetually to feel guilty for having a day off. Because I know what's going to happen. I'm going to be prostrating my ass all night. Why is the house not clean? Why has the tea not been done? Why have you not done the washing? Where's the ironing? Why has it not been done? All these questions are going to come out from about 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. And I better not tell the wife that I'm being death threatened by gulls either. Or she'll fucking throw me out and leave me to them. You've seen The Birds, haven't you? That Hitchcock movie. 21st century fucking new version of it. The Gulls. Red Pill Phil gets pilled by the Gulls. So it was nice knowing you guys. If the next time you see me, I have a smearing of brown, white, grey substance on me, don't be alarmed. Don't be alarmed. It's just a gross amount of shite. And some people say, well, Phil, you talk shite anyway, so you might as well look like shite. And I'd have to say, from this position, that's a pretty fair comment. So that's fuck all I can say to that. So I'm going to thank you all for jumping on. And I think, who knows whether you'll see me again? You may not. Will I have an experience to tell you on my encounters with the bird population? Maybe. I just hope that I can stay on an even keel, guys, and not become a product of these vicious, malicious, and vindictive attacks that I am now facing from the bird life. Maybe David Attenborough. Maybe he sent them on me. Maybe. Because I don't agree with global warming, and he does. So maybe he's doing his Dr. Dolittle thing. Don't know, can't prove it. Either way, guys, hope you have a safe time wherever you are. If you see any gulls or pigeons, please be respectful. They could be the agents of these people, these gulls. They could be. You'll never know. Don't fuck with them because you don't know what they're capable of. We know they can shout from a great height, but what else can they do? Just saying. So thank you to Great Brit. Thank you to Katie Jane Swallow, Children's Matter News. Please subscribe to her channel. Doing beautiful work, very helpful. Happy birthday once again to Sharon Binks and anyone else who's having a birthday at this point. Yes, stay safe, be happy, don't be a product of the low vibration. And please, whatever you do, stay away from the bird shite. Even the pissing haters.
I love you. 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 I love you.
Even the pissing haters.
I love you. 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 I love you.